All right, so today we're diving into something I think we can probably all relate to.
Okay.
Keeping a clean house with a busy family.
Mm-hmm.
It's a universal struggle, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
But what if?
Yeah.
What if instead of viewing cleaning as like a chore,
Right?
we looked at it as an opportunity to not just tidy up our homes,
Yeah.
but to build something more meaningful
Okay.
as a family.
I like where you're going with this.
Yeah.
You're talking about like turning cleanup time into connect time, right?
Exactly. So we've gathered a whole stack of research for this, one article, even some anecdotal stories from families who have really seemed to crack the code on this,
Oh, what?
making cleaning a positive family activity.
Oh, I like it.
We're calling this deep dive Clean with the Crew, and honestly, I'm excited to see what we uncover.
Well, from what I've seen so far in the research, it seems like those families who successfully integrate cleaning into their family routine see benefits that go way beyond just a clean house.
Right.
Spill the beans. What are these magical benefits?
So one study from the University of Minnesota found that children who regularly participate in household chores have higher levels of self-esteem and are more likely to develop a strong work ethic later in life.
Wow.
It's not even just about the cleaning itself.
Right.
It's about instilling a sense of responsibility and contributing to a shared goal.
That's fascinating. So it's almost like these everyday tasks can actually be building blocks for bigger life skills.
Precisely. And another study published in the Journal of Developmental and Behavioral Pediatrics found that even toddlers as young as 2 can benefit from participating in age-appropriate cleaning activities.
Wow.
It helps them develop fine motor skills, problem-solving abilities,
Yeah.
and even language skills as they communicate with their parents during these tasks.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I never thought about the connection to language development. You know, it reminds me of this family I read about.
Okay.
They turned picking up toys into a game.
Yeah. Called Race to the Toy Bin, and their kids actually started using words like faster and organized while playing.
That's a perfect example of how cleaning can be woven into playtime.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be this separate dreaded task.
Right.
Yeah.
So if we're aiming to make cleaning a fun family activity, where do we even begin?
Well, based on the research, establishing daily routines seems to be key
Okay.
in preventing those overwhelming cleaning marathons that we all dread.
Yeah.
It's the classic ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Makes sense. So instead of letting things pile up until the weekend, you're suggesting we integrate cleaning into our daily flow.
Exactly. The sources we have highlight something called the 5-minute power tidy.
Okay.
Just a quick 5-minute cleanup in the morning and evening where everyone pitches in to put things back in their place. It's amazing how much of a difference those small, consistent efforts can make.
I love the idea of the power tidy.
Yeah.
It seems manageable even on those crazy busy days.
Right.
Do the sources give any specific examples of what this might look like in practice?
Absolutely. Picture this.
Okay.
In the morning, maybe the kids spend 5 minutes putting away toys while the adults do a quick tidy of the kitchen counters and breakfast dishes. In the evening, it might involve everyone working together to clear clutter from the living room or entryway.
Okay. I can see how those small bursts of tidying would prevent things from like spiraling out of control.
Right.
It's like hitting the refresh button on the house twice a day.
Exactly.
What other daily routines did the sources suggest?
One that stood out was the after-meal wipe down. It sounds simple,
Yeah.
but making it a habit to quickly wipe down kitchen surfaces after each meal can significantly reduce the buildup of grime and make your kitchen feel cleaner overall.
Oh, I totally get that.
Yeah.
I feel like my kitchen counters could tell a story of every meal we've eaten the past week.
Right.
But how do you get the kids involved in something like that? I can't imagine my toddlers wielding cleaning spray.
You'd be surprised even toddlers can participate.
Really?
Yeah, think about giving them a damp cloth to wipe down their placemat
Okay.
or helping to put away utensils. It's about finding those small ways to make them feel like they're contributing.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's not about expecting them to do a perfect job. It's about fostering that sense of responsibility from a young age.
Right.
So we've got our power tidies and our wipe downs and any other daily habits that can make a big difference.
This one might sound obvious, but the sources really emphasize the importance of a quick sweep or vacuum, especially for families with pets or young children who seem to leave a trail of crumbs wherever they go.
Oh, tell me about it. I feel like I'm constantly battling the crumbs under the dining table. But even vacuuming can be fun, you know?
Yeah.
My kids actually fight over who gets to use the handheld vacuum.
Oh, that's great.
They think it's a toy.
That's exactly the mindset we want to encourage.
Yeah.
Finding ways to turn those everyday chores into something enjoyable is half the battle. And speaking of fun, let's talk about what the sources had to say about tackling those bigger cleaning tasks, the ones that can't be squeezed into a 5-minute tidy.
You mean like the dreaded deep clean that I always put off until it's absolutely unavoidable?
That's the one. But what if we could reimagine that experience as something less daunting and more, dare I say, enjoyable?
Okay, now you've really piqued my curiosity. I'm all ears.
Well, the sources recommend ditching the solo cleaning marathon and instead embracing the idea of a designated family cleaning day.
Hmm.
It's about turning a chore into a shared experience,
Uh,
a time to work together, blast some music,
okay.
maybe even have some fun along the way.
Family cleaning day. I kind of like the sound of that.
Yeah.
It's like turning cleaning into an event, not just a chore.
Exactly.
So how do you make this family cleaning day actually work?
The key is to divide and conquer
Okay.
and to make sure everyone feels like they're contributing in a way that's appropriate for their age and abilities.
Right.
But we can dive into all the practical tips and strategies in part 2 of this deep dive.
Ooh, a cliffhanger. I guess I'll have to wait to hear about those strategies, but I'm already starting to rethink my approach to family cleaning day. Here we come.
Awesome. So welcome back to part 2 of our deep dive.
Okay. I'm excited to jump back in at the end of part 1.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of left off on a cliffhanger. You were talking about family cleaning day.
Right. A brilliant strategy for tackling those bigger cleaning tasks
Yes.
without it turning into a solo marathon.
Exactly. Instead of feeling overwhelmed and resentful, you're suggesting we turn it into a shared family experience.
Precisely. And the sources we've got here offer some great advice on making that happen.
Okay, so how do we actually structure this family cleaning day? Where do we even begin?
Well, before we even get into the nitty-gritty of cleaning tasks, there's a crucial step that many of the sources emphasize.
Intrigued. Tell me more.
It's all about decluttering.
Ah, decluttering, the dreaded D word. It always feels like such a monumental task.
I hear you, but the sources offer some practical tips for making it more manageable
Okay.
and even enjoyable.
Okay, now you've got my attention. What's the secret?
One approach that stood out was involving the kids in the decluttering decisions.
Interesting. So instead of me dictating what gets tossed or donated, you're suggesting we make it a family discussion.
Exactly. It's about empowering them to take ownership of their belongings and make choices about what they truly value.
That makes so much sense. It's not just about getting rid of stuff, it's about teaching them decision-making skills
Right.
and helping them understand the concept of letting go.
Precisely. And, can even be an opportunity to teach them about generosity.
Oh, like donating gently used toys or clothes to those in need.
Exactly. Involving them in that process can foster empathy and a sense of social responsibility.
Wow, I never thought about decluttering as a gateway to all those valuable life lessons.
It's amazing how these seemingly mundane tasks can have such a profound impact
Yeah.
on.
Okay, so we've decluttered now. How do we move into the actual cleaning phase of family cleaning day?
This is where that divide and conquer strategy comes into play.
Right, we briefly touched on this in part 1.
Yeah, the idea is to break down the cleaning tasks into smaller, more manageable chunks and assign them to different family members,
Okay.
keeping in mind their ages and abilities.
So we're not expecting our 5-year-old to scrub the bathroom, right?
Definitely not, but they can totally handle wiping down baseboards
Okay.
or dusting furniture with a feather duster.
Love it. And for older kids?
They could take on more responsibility like vacuuming, mopping, or even helping with laundry.
The key is to match the chore to the child's capabilities, setting them up for success, not frustration.
Absolutely. The goal is to make them feel like they're contributing in a meaningful way, not being burdened with tasks that are too difficult or overwhelming.
Speaking of feeling overwhelmed, one of the recurring themes in the sources is the importance of setting realistic expectations.
Yeah, we've touched on this before, but it's worth emphasizing again and again.
It's easy to get caught up in the idea of a perfectly clean house, but that's not realistic for most families,
Right.
especially those with young children.
So true.
Oh.
And striving for perfection often leads to frustration and disappointment.
Yeah, instead we should focus on creating a clean enough, functional, and enjoyable living space.
A space where we feel comfortable and relaxed, not stressed, and pressured to maintain an impossible standard of cleanliness.
Absolutely. Now, shifting gears a bit, one thing I found really interesting in the sources was the idea of making cleaning a positive habit, not just a one-time event.
That's crucial for long-term success.
Right.
It's about integrating those small acts of cleaning and tidying into our daily routine.
So it becomes second nature, not a chore we dread.
Exactly. And the sources offer some great tips on how to achieve that.
Okay, spill the beans. I'm all ears.
One suggestion that stood out was the power of positive reinforcement.
Ah, the good old catch them being good approach.
Exactly. Instead of focusing on what they haven't done or what needs to be cleaned,
Right.
try acknowledging and appreciating their efforts.
Even if it's just a small contribution like putting away their shoes or wiping up a spill.
Absolutely. Those small acts of cleaning deserve to be recognized and celebrated.
It's about fostering a sense of pride and accomplishment, not making them feel like they're constantly being nagged or criticized.
Precisely. Positive reinforcement goes a long way in shaping positive habits and attitudes towards cleaning.
I love that. And you know what? It's not just about praising their efforts, it's also about expressing gratitude.
Oh, absolutely. A simple thank you for helping me clean up can go a long way in making them feel valued and appreciated.
Yeah, it's about creating a culture of teamwork and shared responsibility, not a dynamic where one person feels like they're doing all the work.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Now, I know you're eager to hear about those creative cleaning games and strategies that the sources highlighted. So let's dive into that in part 3 of our deep dive.
Ooh, another cliffhanger. I can't wait to hear what they are, but I'm already feeling so much more inspired and empowered to tackle the cleaning challenge with my family.
That's fantastic to hear. And remember, it's a journey, not a destination.
We're all in this together, right?
Absolutely. We're all just trying to figure out how to navigate the messy realities of family life, one cleaning adventure at a time.
Okay, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive into family-friendly cleaning, and I am ready to uncover those creative cleaning games and strategies
Okay.
you teased at the end of part 2.
Well, get ready to be inspired because the sources we've got here are full of
Okay.
innovative and engaging ideas.
I'm all ears. Hit me with your best cleaning game.
One that really stood out
Okay.
was the 10-minute speed clean.
Oh, I love the sound of that. What is it?
It's exactly what it sounds like. You set a timer for 10 minutes, and everyone races against the clock to see how much they can tidy up
Okay.
in that short burst of time.
It's amazing how motivating a time limit can be.
Right. It injects a sense of urgency and excitement into cleaning.
And it's perfect for those moments when you need a quick reset but don't have time for a deep clean.
Exactly. It's like a cleaning sprint,
Yeah.
short, intense, and surprisingly effective.
I can already see my kids getting into this, turning it into a competition to see who can pick up the most toys or put away the most laundry.
And that competitive spirit can actually be a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It transforms cleaning from a chore into a game, and who doesn't love a good game?
Speaking of games, here's another one that caught my eye.
No?
Hide and seek cleaning.
Ooh, that sounds intriguing. How does that work?
It's a fun twist on cleaning that's perfect for younger children.
Okay, I'm hooked. Tell me more.
You hide small reward tokens,
Yeah?
like stickers or tiny prizes around the areas that need to be cleaned.
So as the kids are tidying up, they're also on a treasure hunt.
Exactly. It adds an element of surprise and keeps them engaged in the task.
I love how this turns cleaning into an adventure.
It's all about making it fun and rewarding.
And those reward tokens don't have to be anything fancy.
Right? It could be a sticker, a small piece of candy, or even just a special privilege like choosing the family movie for the night.
Yeah, the key is to make it meaningful to the child.
Absolutely.
No.
Now, shifting gears a bit,
Okay.
the sources also highlighted the power of visual aids
Okay.
in promoting responsibility and ownership.
Ooh, I'm a visual person, so I'm always up for trying visual strategies.
Well, you're in luck because
Yeah.
there's some great ones out there.
Like what? Give me some examples.
One classic approach is the chore chart.
The trusty chore chart, a staple in many households.
It's a visual reminder of who's responsible for what,
Right.
helping to create structure and accountability.
And you can get really creative with chore charts.
Absolutely. You can use magnet stickers
Yeah.
or even just write them out on a whiteboard.
The key is to make it visible and accessible to everyone.
Another visual strategy that stood out
Mm-hmm.
was the use of before and after photos.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah.
Especially for kids who might not fully grasp the impact of their cleaning efforts.
Exactly. Taking a photo of a messy room before they clean it and then another one after they've tidied up could be a powerful visual reminder of their accomplishment.
It's like a mini cleaning makeover show.
And who doesn't love a good makeover reveal?
Speaking of makeovers, one idea that really resonated with me was the concept of personalized chore zones.
Oh yeah, we touched on this briefly in part 2, but it's worth revisiting.
I love the idea of empowering kids to take ownership of a specific area of the house.
It could be their bedroom, the bathroom, or even a shared space like the living room.
Yeah, the key is to give them a sense of responsibility for maintaining that zone.
And you could even encourage them to personalize their
It's
zone.
like decorating their chore chart or choosing their own cleaning supplies.
Exactly. It's about making it their own.
Now, shifting gears one last time, I want to talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to cleaning:
Okay.
the emotional and mental benefits.
Ah, yes. A clean and organized home can have a profound impact on our well-being.
It's not just about aesthetics, it's about creating a space that feels calm, peaceful, and supportive.
The sources highlighted studies showing that a tidy home can reduce stress, improve mood, and even boost productivity.
Makes sense when you think about it.
Clutter can be visually overwhelming and mentally draining,
Right, while a clean and organized space can create a sense of order and control.
leading to a more relaxed and harmonious home environment.
And that, I think, is the ultimate goal of all of this.
It's not just about having a spotless house,
It's about creating a home where everyone feels happy, comfortable, and at peace.
and where cleaning, instead of being a source of stress,
Right.
becomes an opportunity to connect, learn, and grow together as a family.
I think that about wraps up our deep dive into family-friendly cleaning.
It has been a fascinating journey, hasn't it?
Absolutely. We've explored so many practical strategies, creative ideas, and insightful perspectives.
And I hope our listeners are feeling inspired and empowered to tackle the cleaning challenge with renewed enthusiasm.
I know I am now. Before we sign off, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought. What small step will you take this week to transform cleaning from a chore into a more positive and enjoyable family activity? Will you try one of those fun cleaning games, or maybe create a family chore chart? Remember, every small effort counts, and the benefits of cleaning together go far beyond just a tidy home. Thanks for joining us on this cleaning adventure, and happy cleaning, everyone.